We're stepping inside the architecture of an empire today. An empire built not on stone, but on psychology. Welcome to this explainer on the modern casino industry. On the surface, it's all blinding lights, overwhelming sound, and the intoxicating promise of a life-changing win. But strip away that neon facade, and you'll find something much deeper. And honestly, much colder. A meticulously engineered machine designed entirely around human behavior and probability. Because casinos aren't built on luck, they're built on math. Casinos rarely advertise losing. Just let that reality sink in for a second. The entire industry relies on a loud, inescapable facade. They broadcast the jackpot. They show you the celebration, the raining coins, that one life-changing moment. But that noise, that's just the bait on a perfectly crafted hook.
It creates a really stark contrast between what you buy and what they build. When people walk onto a casino floor, they aren't actually buying plastic chips or tokens. They're buying possibility. They're buying hope. The intoxicating belief that today things are going to be different. But while you're buying hope, what the casino has actually built is mathematics. It's a clinical reality, completely masked by the illusion of chance. Which brings us to the first piece of the puzzle, the mathematical reality, better known as the house edge. The house edge is the foundational mathematical advantage that ensures the casino's long-term profitability. Every single game is designed with this one ultimate goal in mind. Now sure, not every player loses right away. Many win. Some win spectacularly big. But those short-term anomalies, the system literally doesn't care about them. Because over time, the mathematical advantage undeniably belongs to the house. It's the absolute bedrock of their business.
So how do they keep you playing against the math? That's part 2. Psychological engineering and how they weaponize the human mind.
10 losses versus 1 small win. Picture yourself sitting at a machine. You lose 10 times in a row. Then finally, you win once. It's not a jackpot, just a minor payout. But man, that win feels amazing. Our brains are hardwired to vividly remember that hit of dopamine. The memory of those 10 losses just kind of fades into the background, while the high of the win sticks around. And that creates an incredibly dangerous loop of reinforcement. You just start chasing that feeling all over again.
This relies on a concept called variable rewards. It's one of the most powerful psychological systems ever studied. With variable rewards, you literally never know when the payout is coming. The uncertainty itself becomes the thrill. Slot machines weaponize this principle absolutely perfectly. You aren't paying for a game anymore. You're paying for the suspense. Every single spin brings a brand new wave of possibility. And that suspense is dialed up to 11 by something called the near-miss effect. Step 1, yes spin. Step 2, you almost hit the jackpot. The symbols align perfectly, except for that very last one. Your brain is completely tricked into feeling that success is right there. So step 4, yes spin again. Psychologically, near misses are surprisingly powerful. They manufacture this feeling that you're on the absolute verge of a breakthrough, even when the math says you're no closer to winning than you were on spin number 1. But what happens when the losses start to pile up? You enter a dangerous spiral known as chasing losses. Step 1, a player loses money. Step 2, instead of walking away, they keep playing, desperate to recover it. By step 3, the decision-making process fundamentally shifts. It goes from rational to entirely emotional. And finally, in step 4, those emotional decisions naturally amplify the risk. Rational stopping points are completely wiped out by desperation. All of this happens inside part 3, the trap. The environmental design of the casino itself. Absolutely nothing inside a casino is an accident. Nothing. The flashing lights, the curated sounds triggering excitement, the purposeful maze-like layout designed to just keep you wandering among the games. It's an immersive atmosphere that pulls you completely out of your daily life. And crucially, the absolute elimination of clocks. Every single element in this environment is engineered to keep your attention totally focused on the game and completely away from logic, probability, or the outside world. Which leads to a pretty chilling reality. Time becomes profit. Casinos intentionally create spaces where people lose track of time. Because the math dictates that the longer someone stays, the more opportunities exist for betting. And every additional bet increases the casino's expected revenue. They don't just want your money, they want your time. Because your time is mathematically guaranteed to turn into their money. Which brings us to the final piece, part 4, the real business and scaling the algorithm. Emotion, excitement, suspense, hope.
When you look at it this way, it becomes undeniably clear that casinos aren't really selling games. The roulette wheel, the cards, the dice, those aren't the product. They are simply the delivery system. A delivery system for an emotional experience that keeps the consumer deeply, even physiologically engaged.
And this allows them to execute a terrifyingly simple business model. Step 1, create an engaging, timeless environment. Step 2, encourage participation through variable rewards and near misses. Step 3, maintain a slight, totally invisible mathematical advantage on every single transaction. And step 4, repeat millions of times. This is exactly how the algorithm scales. A tiny, almost imperceptible mathematical edge transforms into massive, highly predictable profits when you multiply it by millions of emotional decisions. As we draw this explainer to a close, I want you to consider a pivotal question. Do casinos survive because players always lose? The answer is no. They survive simply because players keep playing. The longer people play, the more the mathematics takes absolute control. Ultimately, as our source material reveals, the most powerful force isn't luck, it's probability. Behind the flashing lights of the casino, and really behind almost every major modern business, there is a cold, calculated system most people never even notice. Thank you for joining me for this explainer on how casinos really make money. Make sure to subscribe to CorpFile to explore more hidden systems with us.
This is CorpFile, inside the world of big brands. Subscribe to explore the real stories behind the companies that shape our world.